This is Adam, and he suffers from gout. Try Urol. It helps to prevent crystallization of uric acid crystals in gout therapy. Urol, effective urinary alkalinizer for gout.
Hello, I'm Camelia, and this is KiniNews. The 1MDB trial against former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak continued today with the testimony by Jasmine Loo. She told the High Court she had delivered documents to Low at any location he directed.
Former 1MDB General Counsel Jasmine Loo has testified that she handed 1MDB documents to fugitive businessperson Low Taek Jho or Jho Low outside the door of former Premier Najib Abdul Razak's house between 2012 and 2013. Loo, who used to be part of Low's inner circle, testified this during today's 2.27 billion ringgit 1MDB trial against Najib. She said she had handed documents to Low at any location he directed. She said this included at the door of Najib's residence at Langat Duta, Kuala Lumpur. Loo explained that she handed the documents to Low, who would then return later with the documents bearing Najib's signature and handed the SRRP and MR back to her. Loo said if she could not personally give the folder to Low, she would hand it to any other individual Low directed her to so that he could give the documents to Najib. In the event that the documents were not handed to her personally, she said Low would message her via BlackBerry Messenger to ensure the documents were passed to the 1MDB office for further action. Meanwhile, Loo also testified that she had always seen Low and Najib together or near each other at 1MDB-linked programs and events. Yesterday, she had testified that Low's actions in 1MDB made it look like he was a proxy of Najib. 1MDB is fully owned by the Minister of Finance Incorporated, and Najib was the chairperson of the fund's board of advisors. He is on trial over 4 counts of abuse of power and 21 counts of money laundering, involving 2.27 billion ringgit from 1MDB.
During the proceedings yesterday, an MACC investigating officer revealed that Najib had taken several actions that had an impact on the investigation of the case. The officer also claimed to have received instructions not to continue with the investigation.
A witness in Najib Abdul Razak's 1MDB trial told the High Court that then MACC Chief Commissioner Abu Qasim Mohammed was replaced in 2016 in a move to prevent the former Prime Minister from being investigated. MACC Senior Superintendent Nur Aida Arifin claimed that Najib took several actions that had an impact on the investigation of the case. She was quoted by Bernama as saying that after Abu Qasim was replaced by Zulkifli Ahmad, she received instructions not to continue the investigation. However, when asked who gave her the instructions, she said she could not remember but did write it in an investigation diary. Nur Aida said this while verifying the content of an audio recording of a conversation between Najib, his wife Rosma Manso, and his former special officer Amhari Effendi Nazaruddin. Meanwhile, Nur Aida also claimed that despite being aware of Jho Low's significant involvement in 1MDB affairs, Najib refrained from instructing authorities to investigate the fugitive businessman. The court also heard an audio recording of a conversation between Najib and the executive officer of Mubadala in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, Khaldun Al Mubarak, where the witness stated that the discussion was about the production of a film by Najib's stepson Riza Sharis Abdul Aziz using funds from 1MDB. In yesterday's proceedings, 9 audio recordings were played in court, allegedly involving Najib, Rosma, and several high-profile individuals connected to the 1MDB investigation. Nur Aida also testified the investigation revealed no written correspondence from Najib to King Abdullah or the Saudi Arabian government expressing gratitude for alleged donations. In addition, she testified that the companies alleged to have channeled donation funds from the Saudi Arabian government into Najib's accounts, including Blackstone Real Estate and Tenor Finance Corporation, had no business dealings with 1MDB. Najib faces 4 charges, namely using his position to obtain bribes totaling 2.3 billion ringgit from 1MDB funds and 21 charges of money laundering involving the same amount.
Hadi has expressed his disappointment with judges upholding colonial-era laws, even post-independence. He also called on Muslims to rise and defend Islam against parties who try to divert them from the real religion.
Past President Abdul Hadi Awang has lamented Islamic countries losing their integrity for maintaining colonial laws despite the country achieving independence. He said that although it is stipulated in the federal constitution that Islam is the country's official religion, many legislative amendments have since been made by neglecting Islamic interests. The Marang MP was also critical of the judges in Malaysia, saying they have been influenced by colonial thinking. However, in his statement, he did name a couple of judges such as Muhammad Abdul Hamid and Ahmad Fairoz Abdul Halim, calling them to use their wisdom to uphold and defend Islamic laws while presiding over civil courts. Hadi further called on Muslims to rise and defend Islam against parties who try to divert them from the real religion. He reminded them that the sin of insulting Islam is bigger than the sin of insulting the courts, which is minute before God. Hadi did not give context to his statement.
The police have identified the individuals behind death threats aimed at lawyer Nik Elin Zurina Nik Abdul Rashid. The police said they have opened 3 investigations on threats made against her.
The police are moving ahead in their investigation of death threats to lawyer Nik Elin Zurina Nik Abdul Rashid after identifying the social media accounts of the alleged suspects. Kuala Lumpur Police Chief Alauddin Abdul Majid said the police have received 3 reports on the matter and have opened investigations into each case. He was quoted by Sina Harian saying all 3 reports are being diligently pursued, with one already forwarded to the Deputy Public Prosecutor for further legal action. Nik Elin had recently revealed that she received multiple death threats subsequent to a legal challenge against 18 provisions in Kelantan's Sharia Criminal Code Bracket 1 Enactment 2019. Last Friday, the federal court ruled to invalidate 16 provisions of the enactment, citing violations of the federal constitution. The landmark ruling was delivered by a 9-member panel led by Chief Justice Tengku Maimun Tuan Mat. Nik Elin, along with her daughter, Tengku Yasmin Natasha Tengku Abdul Rahman, said they were not attacking the Sharia system, as many have pointed out after the Apex Court's ruling.
Mahathir's defamation lawsuit against Zahid has been pushed to a later date due to his health condition. The former premier is currently warded at the National Heart Institute.
The hearing for Dr. Mahathir Mohamed's defamation suit against Deputy Prime Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi has been adjourned to July 19th. The suit is related to the alleged defamatory statements about the Kuti issue and was originally set for today. Judicial Commissioner Gan Tae Cheong granted a postponement yesterday after an application by Mahathir's lawyer, Mir Nur Haidir Suhaimi. Mir informed that Mahathir has been admitted to the National Heart Institute since January 26th. The hospital had also sent a letter to the court indicating that Mahathir was unable to attend proceedings today due to his health condition. A spokesperson for Mahathir later said he was receiving treatment for an infection. Mir said Mahathir was given a sick leave certificate by the IJN from January 26th to February 18th and then requested that the trial be postponed. After approving the adjournment, the court set new trial dates for July 19th, August 26th to 27th, and October 29th to 30th. Mir conveyed to the court that Mahathir and his son Mukhris would be presented as witnesses during the trial. Muhammad Sharul Fazli Kamarul Zaman, who represented Zahid, specified that the Deputy Prime Minister and another subpoenaed witness were scheduled to testify at the trial.
Several fisherfolks and environmentalists have launched a legal bid to contest the approval granted for the Penang South Island Reclamation Project, citing concerns over livelihood loss.
7 fisherfolk and 2 environmentalist groups have applied for judicial review to challenge the permission given to the Penang South Island Reclamation Project, citing the loss of livelihood. Sahabat Alam Malaysia Honorary Secretary Mageswari Sanggaralingam said the 9 applicants, including SAM and Jaringan Ekologi dan Iklim (JEDI), filed the judicial review at the Penang High Court on December 29th last year. The application is to challenge the planning permission given by the Penang State Director of Town and Country Planning Department in August last year for the project. The Penang High Court had on February 5th granted leave to the applicants to proceed with the application. Mageswari said the applicants are suing 4 respondents: Plan Malaysia Penang State Director, Penang State Planning Committee, Penang State Government and SRS Consortium Sendiran Berhad. During a press conference today, Fisher Zakaria Ismail said the Silicon Island project had led to a more than 50% decrease in live prawn stocks. In 2021, Zakaria made history when he challenged the first environmental impact assessment approval for the project, which was then successfully revoked by the Environment Department. However, in April last year, Penang Chief Minister Chow Kon Yeow revealed that the department had approved the latest assessment and the project was expected to start in the third quarter of that same year. Meanwhile, Jadi President Ku Salman Nasution said the project has not only impacted the fishing community but has also hurt the rich biodiversity. SAM President and lawyer Meena Raman, who will represent the applicants, said the case will be the first time the state government is held accountable. She added the state has a public duty to protect biodiversity.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.